this will be the only shotgun guide you will ever need in COD Mobile. I'm a 24-time MP Legendary player and I've played over 18,000 games and gotten over 300,000 kills. So many people struggle with using shotguns in COD Mobile, so I'll be showing you exactly how you can master it. Let's get started. Alright, so shotguns are probably the best set of weapons in Call of Duty Mobile because you can usually kill the enemy players with just one shot. There are three things that you need to pay attention to. That is your aim and sensitivity, the gunsmith and loadout, and your movement. If you are able to master these three things for the shotguns, then you can be on your way towards being one of the best shotgun players in COD Mobile. Let's start with the gunsmith. Alright, so to be the best shotgun gunsmith, you need to know one thing. If you come to ammunition, you will see a normal extra mag and then you see the slug. So with shotguns, when you take one shot, the gun fires multiple pellets, multiple bullets at once. You can see, can you see it? You can see it touch different parts of this target. When you shoot one, it fires multiple at once. Those bullets are called pellets. So if you come to your ammunition and you use the slug, it stops using multiple bullets. Instead, it uses one bullet, but that one bullet is very effective. It is instant kill. As you can see, it removes 11 pellets per shot, so you are left with only one pellet, one bullet. So now with only one pellet, it will be just like the sniper. You must not miss. You see these white dots in the front of my screen? As long as it is on the enemy player, you will not miss. So make sure the middle of your crosshair is on the enemy player. You will not miss. That is only if you are using the slug. Now, like I said, it removes 11 pellets. So when you shoot, it is just one bullet. When you shoot, it is just one bullet. Make sure the enemy player does not leave this white dot. Make sure the enemy player does not leave the middle of your screen. But if you shoot like this, let's assume you shoot under the arm, that's a miss. You completely miss the target. You shoot under the arm, you completely miss. But you shoot close to the enemy or any part of their body, it's a guaranteed kill. So when you're using the slug, it forces you to be more accurate. As long as the enemy is in your crosshair, the middle of your crosshair, any part of their body is in the middle of the crosshair, it's a guaranteed kill. The only time I would recommend using a slug is if you have very good accuracy. You cannot miss. If you are sure that you have very good crosshair placement, then you are allowed to use the slug. But if you struggle, then you shouldn't use the slug because you will need more pellets to get the kill. To further prove what I said, you can see the recoil pattern of the slug. It is just one dot. It goes in one direction. You can see it deals more damage, but up until 12.7 meters. So when you are building the gunsmith, you need to increase the damage range if you are going to be using the slug. So now that you understand the difference between using a slug and not using a slug, let's build a gunsmith for slug and no slug. We get more bullets with this one, but the downside is just too much. It affects us greatly. So we're going to go with the RTC light extended barrel. So we have increased the range by 20%. We can also check for a silencer. This one right here is the best one we can use currently. It gives us 25% more damage range. The ADS bullet spread will not matter because it is only one bullet. You get more damage range because it is instant kill as long as you manage to keep your crosshair on the target up until 17.6 meters. But over 17.6 meters, you are going to need 2 shots to take them out because you'll be dealing 96. But if you get lucky and hit them in the head, if you hit them in the head, then yes, that is an instant kill because the body part multiplier for the head is 1.2, which will be 96 times 1.2, which will give you 115.2. So that's more damage than the enemy's health, which is an instant kill. Now let's add a stock that maybe increases our ADS time. The no stock is good. Now for the laser, we can further increase the ADS time, or we can choose to add a speed up after kill. To be honest, I feel like the speed up after kill might be necessary if you are going to take on multiple opponents, because with shotgun you are out in the open and you are very vulnerable. So when you get a kill, you need to be able to move very fast and get another kill. This is mainly for movement players, so if you have good movement, use speed up kill. But if you struggle with your movement, feel free to use laser tactical, this one right here. So now when you are not using the slug, the ADS bullet spread matters, and also the hipfire bullet spread matters. So you will need to reduce your hipfire bullet spread and also your spin to fire delay. This is very important because most of the times you might be hip firing, you just want to like hip fire the enemies and just move on to the next target. I do that a lot. You do not need an extra mag. For the muzzle, we're going to be equipping this one, this suppressor, the Marauder suppressor. I hope I pronounced that right. Then we can use the nose stock just to increase our ADS time. And for the barrel, we can use the RTC light extended barrel. So like I said, if you're not a movement player, you can choose not to use speed up after kill. But I would recommend that you use this because this allows you to master the shotguns. You need good movement to use shotguns. Without good movement, you can't use shotguns well, because before you can get a kill or while you are trying to get a kill, the enemy players will take you out. That is not what you want. A good shotgun player will always be able to take out multiple enemies at once. Like while they are shooting at you, you'll be able to move fast enough to take them out. There's this Nigerian TikToker that is very good with shotguns. This guy, if you watch how he moves, you will know what I'm talking about. I believe his name should be Boss B. Shout out to the guy. So yes, if you want to be very good with shotguns, you need movement. So this speed up after kill might help you. But if you're not going to use speed up after kill, then you need to equip the granulated grip tape. This improves your ADS bullet spread. So when you ADS and try to shoot with your shotgun, your shots will be more accurate. Basically, this just increases your accuracy. So yeah, this would be a very good gunsmith that you can use to move around and get kills. And then now for your loadout, personally, I like to use a pistol, a fast pistol that allows me to run, but also get kills on targets that are a little bit far away. Especially if my shotgun can't reach them, I would just pull out my pistol and take them out. But if you want maximum movement, then I would recommend you use a melee weapon. I think the spear should be good enough because it allows you to move extremely fast, slide, jump, do everything necessary to survive every fight. And then for your tactical, you can use a normal grenade. But you see this team shot, you actually need it. You actually need it if you're going to be using a shotgun. Why? Because it gives you more HP. With shotguns, you will most likely be up close to the enemy, and most times they will deal damage to you. Now you need to be able to heal up fast if the enemy players are still around. By using a steam shot, you recover your health quickly, and I believe it gives you a slight movement boost. They actually nerfed that this season, but it's still useful. So you should mainly use this to regain health and not to give yourself a speed boost. I don't know if the speed boost is still there because, to be honest, I haven't really noticed it since the nerf. However, this should be used as a health recovery option. And then now for your picks, health is really important. You should use quick fix because once you get a kill, you get more health immediately. And then fast recover, which gives you 40% HP recovery. So it is very useful. You heal up almost instantly and then you're ready to jump into the next fight. I also don't use dead silence because I play respawns, but I use the tactical mass because they are a ton of flashbangs and concussion grenades in ranked right now. By using this, you become almost immune to them because when they hit you, the effect leaves almost immediately. So yeah, that is all for your loadouts and your gunsmiths. Now let's talk about the movement and aim. So now for the movement, you'll mostly be doing a lot of dolphin jumps where you would run and then you'd hit the targets, you understand? The only thing you need to know about the movement when it comes to shotguns is to never stop moving. Do not stop moving. Don't move like this and then bam, or move like this and then bam. Nope, no, don't. Just constantly be moving. If a target is right here, don't go like this and then hit him. No, that is wrong. As a shotgun user, you need to slide and then hit him, or you slide and then hit him. That is how it should be. Don't ever stop moving. So that way you make yourself a harder target to hit. And then lastly, for the aim, what you need to pay attention mostly to is your steering sensitivity and your ADS sensitivity. Now if you come to your settings, you'll find sensitivity. You scroll down, you'll see camera sensitivity. The two things you need to pay attention to here are your steering sensitivity and your ADS sensitivity. The steering sensitivity affects your hip fire. It affects your hip fire. This hip fire, this is hip fire. That is what your steering sensitivity affects. And your ADS sensitivity is when you ADS. So because you know the enemy is right there, right? But then you just move like that. That is your ADS sensitivity. Your ADS sensitivity, the way you are able to move your aim while you are jumping or while you are sliding. Because sometimes you need to ADS to take them out. ADS sensitivity and steering sensitivity, those are the two things you need to pay attention to if you want to perfect your aim with the shotguns. So now that will be all for now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll be here to answer you.